Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you all are doing great. I am doing okay. Today we're going to do a color and chat with me video. I've already started on her. It comes from this Kaleidoscope Coloring Mermaids and more that I picked up from the Five and Below store. I want to say it was last year. I think it was last year. I can't really remember. But I have had something on my mind for a while and I want to talk to you about it. It's mental health. It's mental health. It's my mental health, really. It's some of the emotions that I have when I'm not feeling good. And I think that I don't feel like I owe anyone an explanation, but I feel like I need to discuss it because I think maybe other people have the same thing. So this year has been a pretty decent year for me so far. Nothing crazy has happened, but I did have, I wouldn't say, I had something be presented to me that did not sit well with me. And I'm almost over it, kinda. Like I've been going through it in my head, and I keep telling myself, let it go, let it go, let it go. Excuse the scraping, let it go. Because sometimes, for me at least, I can overthink things. I can, um, it's kind of like a sore that's healing, and you pick at it and pick at it, and they pull the scab off, and then it festers, and now the sore is a little bit bigger, and then it starts to heal again, and you dig at it again, and then before you know, you got to go to the hospital because you didn't dug so much that it's infected, or it needs to be debrided or debrided, however you want to pronounce it. So that's what's been going on with me lately, and I think I need to discuss it because I feel that mental health is something that we don't discuss as Americans, or probably as a world. We really don't discuss it because telling someone that you're sick, telling someone that you don't feel good, and they're looking at you and they're like, you look normal, you look fine, you look okay, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you able to get out of your, go change clothes, go take a shower, go do this, go do that? Because we don't understand that just because we tell someone to get over it doesn't mean that they've gotten over it. Just because you tell someone, hey, let's go hang out, and they flake out on you, doesn't mean they really flaked out on you. It just means that they have stuff that you can't understand. You may not understand that. And I think that we do a very good job, myself, um, probably I do a good job at this sometimes, of hiding how I really feel. Um, and that's not really good because for me, it just makes me sick, physically sick, to be so engulfed in my emotions that I can't function. I don't eat. I barely sleep. I just, kind of eat just to sustain me. And I think that a lot of people go through that. I have a friend who told me, because I told her that I wasn't feeling really well, and she told me, you can tell me how you're feeling because you helped me through a situation. And I was like, no, I can't tell you how I feel because, in my head, I'm the strong person. I'm the person that's supposed to be okay all the time. But it's okay not to be okay. And I think sometimes we forget that. Um, I think sometimes we forget that being human is not being superhuman. Somewhere along the lines of happiness, we forget to be happy with being just okay, just normal. Someone may do something to you that bothers you, and you may not be okay with it, but you don't tell the person because you don't want to hurt that person's feelings. Like, I think that we just kind of, for me at least, it's a cycle a vicious, crazy cycle that I allow my self to get in. So anyway, that's where I've been for the month, 2 weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks of January. I was like that, and so I didn't craft as much as I wanted to because I have a schedule. I was supposed to post like 19 videos per month, and I had to keep going back and reworking the schedule to fit in the collaborations, to fit in this, to fit in that. And thank goodness that I have amazing friends. My internet support group, right? The people that email me, send me messages, and check on me because it's needed. I don't have a physical support group because, my family's in Houston and I live in another city. The big roommate is here. And when he's here, we do discuss these things, but he's not equipped to understand that stuff because he have his own crap going on with him. We're all jacked up, and no one really wants to admit that we're jacked up. No one wants to admit that they have these issues because that would make you crazy. And no one wants to be crazy because there's a stigma behind being crazy, right? It's a stigma behind telling people, I don't feel good today. Oh, that's the wrong color. I'm not happy, because people tend to equate happiness with stuff, right? So if you're happy, you have a lot of stuff. If you're sad, you don't have a lot of stuff, right? So if I have a lot of stuff, then I'm supposed to be super duper happy. I'm not supposed to complain about anything. I'm not supposed to be sad. I'm not supposed to feel emotions because I have all this stuff, right? Well, having a lot of stuff means nothing. Having a lot of stuff just means you got a lot of stuff. You got a good sale, or someone gave you something, or you spent money, your hard-earned money on that junk that you have. So stuff means nothing. And I think that I had to learn this. I've been learning this because I have a friend who probably feels like I feel a lot more than I think about it. And I always tell my friend, I'm here for you. If you need me, you're able to contact me. But when you are sad, you really don't want anyone in your space. You really don't want anyone in your space. And I think the reason why is because I feel that we may say or do something that could cause that friendship, right? But I feel that no one should suffer in silence, right? So no one should say, I'm not feeling well, and not expect for someone to say, well, what's wrong? How can I help you? Like if in my life, I rarely get people to say, you need something. Like if I'm sick, I have to kind of like deal with it. Unless the big roommate is home when I'm sick, and then I just kind of quit. I just go and get in the bed and lay down, and hopefully I can wake up and everyone still has all their fingers and toes and things like that, because our son is crazy. He gets into a lot of stuff even when you're awake. Like he goes into the bathroom and he messes with the water. I'm like, what are you doing in the bathroom? Nothing. So, the reason why I'm discussing this or telling you or talking to you all about this is because sometimes we have to stop and tell ourselves that it's going to be okay. And being okay doesn't mean that you're going to be out of that funk. Being okay doesn't mean that tomorrow is not going to be another challenge. Being okay means I hear my problem. I know I have a problem. How can I face this problem so it doesn't consume me? How do I include the people in my life. Because I think the problem with mental health, more so than anything else, is to distance yourself, to push people away. And I think that's where society has screwed us up. It tells us that it's okay to cry in silence. It's okay to go hide in a closet so no one sees your emotions. And that's not okay. And so with my issue, I just kind of took it head on, right? I was like, I'm not having this. I'm not going to allow these feelings that I have to be swept under the rug. I'm not going to sweep my emotions under the rug, because only thing we'll do is I will grow resentment. I will create this distrust for people, and I won't want to be around them. And I think when you're sick, when you have a mental ailment, and I'm not talking about like a diagnosed mental ailment, I'm talking about when you're in your head. And this can be diagnosed or not diagnosed, but when you're in your head feeling a certain kind of way, it makes you less of who you really are. You're only a shell of your former self, if you think about it like that, because you're in your head so much that you can't function. You're not able to do the things that you really like to do because you're in your head so much about the situation. And the person or people that have wronged you, that you're in your head about, or if you're in your head about something you did 3 years ago, you haven't let that mess go. You haven't let it go. If I still think about my mom and how I feel like I should have handled her situation a lot differently. Nothing I could have done, nothing. And this is the thing that I have finally come to realize could have saved my mother. Nothing. When it's your time to go, I hate to sound like that, it's your time to go. You can't prevent it. You can't stop. You can't stop it. I don't think there's any cheating death. I don't think you can cheat death. Like if you get in a bad car accident and you walk away from it, you didn't cheat death. It just wasn't your time to go. But even with that situation, up until a few years ago, I was still like, oh, I could have, if I had seen the signs ahead of time, I could have. And something, I'm not sure if you have like little voices. I'm not saying like little people that talk to you, but something comes over you and says, no, you can't stop my will. You can't stop what's going to happen, because it's going to happen. There's no getting around that. And I think for me, I realized that I can't control anything but my actions. I can't control anyone but me. And that's the good part about realizing things. When you finally realize those things, you're like, oh, okay. I think that makes it better. I think I feel like once you say, I can't control this situation, I have no control over it. Once you let go of the situation gets better. It may not get better for how you want it to get better. If you robbed a bank and you got away with it, and then you're like, oh, it's good to go, and then the police show up and they know they got you red-handed, you're gonna go to jail. There's no way of getting around that. But I hope what I'm saying makes sense. So anyway, with my whole issue that I recently had, and I told myself, I said, this is gonna be it. This is the issue of the year, and that's it. No more. Let it go. Don't think about it. Let it go. And now I told one of my friends, I said, that's the hardest part about situations, is actually letting it go and forgetting about it. Moving on. Sometimes it's hard to move on. It's hard to not feel some kind of way about the situation. But you have to, in order for you to get better, you have to let those things go. And I think that our mental health plays a role in that. If you continue to think about it and read more things about it and continue to go on and on and on and on and on and on about it, it's never going to get better. I'm not sure what this is. I don't know if that's supposed to be her dress or not. I don't get it. I don't know. So we're going to color it because it's on her body, I guess. I don't know. Maybe those are her gills. I don't know. I'm guessing it's supposed to be like an outfit. I have no idea. But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about, because I have kind of fallen short on some of my own promises to myself. I wanted to have a certain amount of things done. I want to have made a few journals this month, and I haven't made any of the ones I wanted to make. I did some books, like little flip books and things like that, but I wanted to actually go and dig through some papers and cut up some books and do a whole bunch of other stuff, and I haven't done that for the month of January. And with 2 days, I think today is the 30th of January. I think it's the 30th, yes. And I haven't gotten there, but I wanted to discuss this situation because I don't feel like I'm alone. I think sometimes when you share how you're feeling, other people are like, you know what, I feel the exact same way, and you can grow from it by being able to share your thoughts and feelings with the person. And maybe the person has went through it before, and they have a good way of getting you out of that headspace that you could be in. But sometimes, it takes a while. It takes a while to tell yourself that you are better than the situation, because sometimes all you can see is the bad part in the situation. I'm using a gel pen right here. Sometimes you don't see the I don't even know if this is supposed to be a crown. I don't know. I guess you don't see that part. You only see, if you're drowning, all you see is water. You don't see the person that's giving you the life preserver, or someone that's grabbing you from behind, because you turn into the panic mode of, oh God, I'm drowning. Oh, I'm going to die. You start to go through those emotions. You really don't see that someone's, hey, let me help you. Until sometime it could be a little bit too late, or the person will save you just in time. And you're like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, that's all I want to talk about. I didn't want to be too serious or too deep. I'm okay. I'm happy. It took me a while to get back to that word, happy, because I am the only person that can make me happy. No one else in my life can make me happy. They are like a book, if you ever read Shakespeare. So I am Shakespeare, and they are the companion to my story, if that makes sense to you. So no one can make you happy but you. You have to find that thing that makes you happy and go and just do it. And sometimes you have to fake. You have to fake it. You have to just tell yourself, it's going to get better. 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 And eventually you wake up one day and you're like, hey, I'm better. I'm happy. I'm good. And that's where I'm at today. I'm there. I've started to ascend. I am going back into my world of crazy. And I'm thankful. I'm very thankful for this life that I have. And every day I'm grateful. And I'm grateful for you all. I'm thankful for all my friends that I've made, all the new people that I have come in contact with through other people. I appreciate you guys so much. I think that sometimes we forget to say that, and sometimes it's really hard to just tell somebody, hey, thanks. Because they're like, what did I do? I didn't do anything. But I appreciate you all more than words could ever express. Thank you is so tiny when I think about it, but it has a large impact. And if you need to talk, My email address is in the description box. I'm here for you, just like I know that if I needed to talk, you'd be here for me. Um, let's just continue to fight together and stay strong. Until next time, happy crafting.